Hello everybody, this is Iced Blood. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Elion, this is Minfilia. You're well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, delighted though we are to have them here in the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. We had to hurry so much that the dialogue cut off. Alright then, well, we can do that. In fact, let's go right now. Alright. It would not do to show ourselves to the Grand Companies in this attire. We don't look a soldier, do we? That's better, I think. Maybe? Kind of? Is that soldier uniform? I don't know. Whatever. We're going to the solar. We are entering the solar. There's lots of little processes involved in this. Here we are. Welcome back, Elion. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you'd hoped? Each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Elion. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. Seems simple enough, but before we do that, there's a little something first. Plot! Hello there. You look familiar.
The gods only know what Grand Company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Is that a good thing? I'm not entirely sure.
Are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Gob, leave me alone.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies.
Obviously. Now I have that little notice.
Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed
Just
that
hanging
the
out
statue
there.
was made of the warriors of light?
Oh well.
I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity?
How dare they?
No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds.
Poetic.
Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies.
Oh good. We're involved.
Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
Yeah. Probably.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
Yeah.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
Ooh.
My lady! We are to escort you! Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all.
She can't hear you, dude.
Not only need to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
How dramatic. Very well. There we go. Bit of some background info. But now we have to make our choice. And I do believe... Has anyone made a decision? Have you? I think maybe he has. Indeed, we are sticking with Ul'dah. Welcome back, adventurer. I take it General Raubon's words kindled a fire within you. Yes, I will join the immortal flames. Excellent! I feared that the incident with the traitor may have soured your opinion of us. It gladdens me to see that isn't the case. But before we can count you as one of our own, you must be formally inducted into our ranks. Of course. Recruitment officer, and we get something... Okay. Alright. Please proceed to the Hall of Flames and identify yourself to the personnel officer. I will notify him of your coming. With your strength joined to ours, we shall surely prevail over our enemies, be they beastmen or Imperials. Alright then. Sounds like fun. Alright, let's get rid of this. No, I don't know you. And, oh. Oh well. And look at that! Yay, editing. We are back in Ul'dah, and now we must find the personnel officer. Let's see. Right here, I think, maybe? Okay, this is weird. Very weird. Maybe we came here too soon. Is anyone home? Footage is acting up. Let's hold on. Person looks cool. But, hey! There we go! What brings you to the Hall of Flames this morning, adventurer? How will he respond? We'll go with that. We'll give him our name. Ah, I thought as much. You're just as our man at the Waking Sands described. It's an honor to meet you, sir. Now, in order to formalize your... Sir! Speak, Private. Imperial, sir. They fired on a Highwind Skyways airship. Scouts say she's coming down to the west near Horizon's Edge. Bloody hells, of all the times for this to happen. Elion, there's no time for formalities. The Immortal Flames need your help now. We're in the midst of a large-scale operation against the Amal-Jah, and we have no one to spare in Western Thanalan. You must get to that ship before the Garleans do. If there are any survivors, see that they do not come to further harm. Now go! Very well. I will go, and I will save people. Alright then, here we are. I love being able to do that. So, we have to find the ship. We're back in Western Thanalan. This is somewhat nostalgic. Oh, it's been a while. So, this is the introduction quest to the Immortal Flames, which is where Elion will be for the foreseeable future. I don't see myself switching, although, like Minfilia told us, we can. Eventually, if we decide to switch gears, we can do that. However, I think Elion's primary allegiance will always be with the desert. It's where his guild is, it's where he first got his start, and I think that the climate apparently agrees with him. We're going to ignore this fate. It's okay, it failed anyway. I don't think it would have helped very much if we'd been there. I don't think we would have made a difference. Alright, so here we go. Airship crewman, I'm here to save you! From level 10 monster... Anyway, alright, so we're sinking the level down, and let's see what happens. This will be our first time fighting the Empire, I believe. Let's see what happens. Alrighty then. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. Yeah. Okay, sure. They're paying very close attention to their surroundings, obviously. Alright. I'm already winded. Wonderful. Anyway. Sup. The Immortal Flames sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Help. Please. You guys, you do the thing. Alright, sir. Our scouts reported the attack on your craft. We've come to rescue you. Leon Shivara, yes? Glad to have you with us. Ooh, that's an officer. Alrighty then. What have we got? What are we dealing with here? How powerful are these Imperials? I have not seen a craft of this design before. The traitor Garland has been busy. The secrets of Magitech are ours by right. They're not to be squandered upon the savages of this land. Well, that's not nice. We're taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it, if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Alrighty then. Well, it looks like we know what we're doing. They mean to take the ship back to Castrum Meridianum, along with your friend. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. Hey, Wedge. I know that name. That's a tradition. Nice-looking ship. Though not the best to have taken shelter, I agree. The best place to have taken shelter. Rather, alright. It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland... Well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight. And she was soaring. She really was. Till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. We attack on my command. Kill them quickly, and save the Lalafell if possible. Alright. Sounds like... Is that clear? Yes, it's clear. Murder things until they're not there anymore. Got it. Show them what becomes of those who play with fire. Charge! Roar! Off we go! Yeah! You stand there, and... Wonder attack! 2 arms! This is a very dramatic bit of camera play there. And then... and back to normal. Okay, so the lieutenant is a gladiator, so he's going to be our tank, basically. And we're just going to treat this like any other encounter. We have a lot of enemies here, so let's just murder them as quickly as we can. A Decurion. I have no idea what that is. Or a Funditor. Or a... whatever the Bastard... how much more vaguely Roman Latin can you get? Anyway. They all must die. And actually, they're not taking too long. This is actually going pretty well. Pretty simple fight. We're not doing too much that's unique, I would say. This is all just kind of pedestrian at this point. We are an adventurer worthy of the immortal flames. Why did we have to show up here? These people could have handled it. They say they have no men to spare, but they spare these ones, and these guys seem to have everything under control. They even have a thaumaturge already. Oh well. I guess I can't complain. I'm pretty sure this will end up being our initiation rite, basically. So, let's do that. Is he okay? That does a little bit, I guess. Probably better to just... Oh, hello, that's something fun. Anybody else around us, or is it just... Oh, here they come. Alright, so there's more. And this is vaguely more interesting, because now we have our first introduction to Magitech. It looks like, which is something that came out of 6, I believe. And that's a very interesting decision they've made. I like how the way that this game's built is they're taking everything that's cool out of the other versions, the other games of the series, rather, and just tossing them in there. Well, it's not like haphazard, like, oh, let's toss this in randomly. There's rhyme and reason for it, but it's just really nice to see what they're bringing back in, and Magitech is really cool. So... And I think it was part of an empire back in 6, too, actually. And of course, as we know, empires are evil. Kingdoms are good, empires are evil. Especially ones that sound vaguely Latin in origin. So, alright. This is going to take a little longer than the others, it looks like. Makes sense, though. It's a gigantic robot machine-looking thing, so clearly it would have a lot of resilience, but... As I said before, we're worthy of the immortal flames, and we are fit to handle this, I suppose? I don't know for sure. It's funny how tiny Elion ends up looking compared to some of these monsters. You gotta wonder what it's gonna be like when we start fighting other primals and get deeper into the storyline and see how much bigger and flashier the enemies get, and Elion's still this tiny little guy, and he's managing to hold his own, actually. We're doing pretty good. And we don't want to be caught in that. That seems like a very bad idea. Alright. This is all going rather smoothly. And then after this, I believe we'll end up going back, getting ourselves instated, and that will be the end of this episode. Once we finish that up, and after this video goes up, this will be the last of my backlog, and we will finally begin a new leg of the journey for Elion Shavara in Heavensward. Now, granted, we will not be covering Heavensward content yet, but it will be under the heading of the new expansion, so that'll be exciting. But the fight is finished. Biggs! That's what I thought. Biggs and Wedge, a classic staple of the series. And his head looks like a chestnut. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. Oh, so that's your dude. Okay, I get it. That was a close one. Yeah. Well, too damn close. So how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propellers are dead lost, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. I'm guessing that's a good thing? A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. I know that's a reference. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts, but we can defend this position until the engineers leave. You should go, Elion. You still have unfinished business to attend to at the Hall of Flames. Indeed I do. You're not quite one of us yet, though anyone who'd seen you in action today would be forgiven for thinking otherwise. I just wanted to say sorry, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously, though, if it hadn't been for you and the Immortal Flames lads here, we'd have be chained up in a dungeon by now. I mean, you're dead, friend. We both are. Oh, good. People are setting off fireworks. Wedge! Sorry about that. I'm sure you heard that. Thank you. We're very grateful. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're setting off fireworks because Elion is, he's victorious. Yeah. There we go. And level is no longer synced. There we go. We're back to full strength. And let's go back. There we are. Yay, that was very simple. Alright. Enough of that business. Welcome back, Elion. Word of your deeds in the field reached me not long ago. Exemplary service. Rest assured that the Garland Ironworks engineers are fine. They were able to get their vessel back in the air before Imperial reinforcements arrived. Your willingness to assist us on such short notice is to be commended. Clearly your reputation is well deserved. Now then, I believe we have some unfinished business. Shall we continue from where we left off and induct you into the immortal flames? Sure. Let's see, what am I going to take? I think that one? Yeah. Alright. There we are. And then, which one? That one, I think. Yeah. Wait, oh, right there. Haha, there it is. Alright then, and I think that will do. Now, stands ready to complete my induction, etc., etc. Alright then, let's see where it goes from here. Are you ready, Elion? Then let us begin. Elion Shivara, you stand poised to enter a sacred trust. The flames of Uldar burn bright, casting light where there is dark, and purging evil wheresoever it lurks. We're ever ready to meet the nation's enemies in battle, be they beastmen, Garleans, or worse. And at a word from Flame General Rabban al-Din, we would gladly lay down our lives to maintain the peace and prosperity of Uldar. To join our ranks, you must forsake all other nations. Only then may you commit yourself to the fire and be reborn as an immortal flame. Burn as one of us, Elion Shivara, and together we shall chase the darkness from Uldar. Will you swear an oath to mark this occasion? Yeah. I'm gonna go with... I think that one. There we go. Yeah. And Uldar will have need of them in the days ahead. The knowledge and experience of well-traveled adventurers are valuable assets. Very well, your resolve is plain. Elion Shivara, I hereby confer upon you the rank of Flame Private 3rd Class. Welcome to the Immortal Flames, Private. May you fight to the last for coin and country. Alright then. We are now an immortal flame! Yay! Haha! Alright then. So, that's the end of this quest, and actually, a pretty big part of this is going to come up soon. Let's see what... Can you hear me, Elion? This is Minfilia. Hi. An officer of the Immortal Flames contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Shivara. I have no doubt that you're eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask you to pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a flame of Uldar, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here, whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. Okay, that wasn't what I was talking about, but that's important too. That's our new quest that we're going to be taking. As soon as we handle something else. Blah, 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 blah. And then, yeah, okay. Here's where we need to go. Swift! Private Shivara, yes? A moment of your time, if you please. You wish to carry out your duties swiftly, do you not? Well then, perhaps you should get yourself a chocobo. If you're interested, the Immortal Flames will furnish you with one. It's not a complex process, but it does require some paperwork. First, speak with the quartermaster to obtain a flame chocobo issuance. You'll need to exchange company seals in order to do so. Once you've received your issuance, show it to Mimigan by the Gate of Nald. He'll be the one to furnish you with a bird. Alright, so that's the other part. We get our first mount through that quest. But for now, we hereby end my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. Next time we begin Final Fantasy XIV: Heavensward. That's it for me. Bye-bye.